Hi, welcome to Triggered Care. I'm Alex. I want to talk about mental health, mental illness, and my friends, my very good friends. My support network that I have. Now, I've been ill for a long time. And I've been on support groups for, long time. 3-4 years was when I first started looking into narcissistic abuse and PTSD, really starting to research my mental illness and finding communities and people who could relate to me. About 2 years ago, I joined, or more than 2 years ago, I joined the Discord that I have linked in every video. And this Discord is a very special place to me. I go there when I feel like I can't talk to people in my life, or when the walls of repression are up so bad that all you can do is try to type. Can't really talk, but you can type. And these are very lovely people. They're some of my very favorite people in this Discord. People that I relate to. It's one of the first places where it almost feels like a home in a way. Like, those are my people. I can relate to them. A lot of them have a lot of similarities to me that most other people don't. And it's a really special place. And I've been brainstorming. I wanted to make a mental health awareness video. And I just kept thinking, what am I going to do it on? And I collected some awesome poems and work from other survivors. And that will be coming out in a video. And they're beautiful. And I can relate to them. And when I read them, they tug on my heartstrings a lot. But then, my Discord peeps, one of my oldest Discord friends, is having a really hard time. And I'm trying to help them through it, I'm trying to help them. But my means are limited. They live far away. I can't get to them. I don't know where they live. There's not much that I can do. And I want to talk about suicidal ideation. I want to talk about triggers. Because I've had this conversation with many, many people over my life. The suicide conversation. It's actually one of my most normal conversations that has always been something that I seem to be confronted with, is how do I talk this person into wanting to live? How do I keep this person around? How can I convince them when I can't even really convince myself that life is worth it? How do I rectify that? How do I feel good about that? How do I feel like I'm telling the honest truth? Especially if I'm in a suicidal spot. How do I do that? Something that helped me with that. With telling people to live and actually believing it for myself. And believing it for other people wholeheartedly, that life is worth it. And things can get better. And oftentimes, when you get through the rocky stuff, they do get better. It's just like you gotta fight with yourself. But the thing is, you're not really fighting yourself. What is in your brain that tells you that you're better off dead, and that you don't matter, and that you're a piece of shit, and nobody loves you? That's not you. That's not you. It sounds like it's you. It's in your head. It's the only thing you can hear, you know? But it's not. You didn't originate that. You were given that. Somebody put that upon you. Now, our parents are supposed to put ideals into us that help us make friends and succeed and have good work ethic and discipline us appropriately. But what if, instead of that care package, we get a monster? They just hurl this ugly, nasty monster onto us, and it connects to us, and it feeds on our life force. And when we get triggered, the monster comes out. And they have their own monster. And that's why they gave us this monster. It's just a part of their monster. And their monster was given to them by their parents. And their monster was probably given to them by some really terrible people too. And we've been carrying around this family curse, this family monster for fucking years. And it's exhausting. And it makes you feel like you have this secret that you hope people can't see, the shame of having this monster with you and trying to act like you don't and trying to hide it and being embarrassed by it and feeling like an attention seeker and like a narcissist. You feel selfish because you have this monster and you suffer with it, but you're not supposed to talk about it. You're not supposed to be like that. So you try real hard to ignore it and suppress it. And you keep trying to live up to your obligations and life expectations. And then life triggers you out because life is triggering. And this monster gets stronger and stronger the more you ignore it or the more you feed it. Until it just snaps, and then it's all consuming, and then it feels like it's every part of you. And every time you hear something mean about yourself, it feels good. And it feels right. Like, yes, I am a piece of shit, but that's not you. That's the monster. That's psychotic. That's delusional. And mental illness is like that. Where when you're in the bad, it feels good to punish yourself because it makes you different and you're not supposed to have that. But that's bullshit. We didn't choose to have this. This wasn't born into us. We were not born babies with this monster on our back. It was put on us. Take the hate that you have for the unfairness that it is that we are put through this and turn it on that monster. Every time it says for you to do something mean to yourself, you do the opposite and you say, fuck you. You don't get to control my life. You don't get to come in here and make me hate myself and destroy myself anymore. I see you for what you are and you are not me. That's not what I want to do. And getting to that point takes a long time. It took me a long time to even say shit to my monster. Because I was convinced it was me. For the longest time, I thought that was me. I thought that I was just defected, but it's not defection, it's mental illness. And it needs to be treated seriously, and it needs to be recognized, identified, so you can fight it. If you don't know what your enemy is, if you don't know what you're fighting, what illness you're fighting, how the hell are you going to fight it? That is not a mood. That's not you thinking clearly for the first time. That's a monster. And it's not a monster that you want to align yourself with, because that's where abuse is born, is in that spot. Is people who live like that all the time, but instead of turning in their hatred towards themselves, they turn it out towards others. Let's fight that. That's the birthing place of abuse, and let's fight it together. Because all of you guys are such good people. And I don't want any of you guys leaving. I want you guys to stick with me and help me figure this out. And if we share enough experiences together, they're not putting out media about how to treat serious long-term trauma, we're going to have to figure this out ourselves. And the more of us who get together and talk about it, the better idea we have of what we are up against and how to treat it. So, sorry for my random talking habits. I'm a bit triggered out, but I'm going to do my self-care, and I'm going to be okay. And I'm going to make it through, because I always do, and I'm going to just do it. And please, all y'all, please have good ones. Please take care of yourself. Rest when you need it. Just take care of yourselves.